Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. You know, so far, we've actually seen some great things on our defense. I'm going to go ahead and kill the music. We've seen some great things on our defense. In fact, it's just been insane how much of a turnaround we already have on our young season here. I am as excited as I can literally be. And Micah Parsons, you know, sometimes you get lucky, and it's sometimes better to be lucky than good. And I think the Dallas Cowboys truly lucked out by getting Micah Parsons. You know, a lot of people always want to build and say, we got to get the shutdown corner. To me, I've always said that the pass rush, getting pressure on the quarterback, is key in football. If you can get pressure on the quarterback, you can have lesser cornerbacks and safeties, because a quarterback, he doesn't like to be forced to throw before his receivers can make routes. If you're getting a guy within 2.5 seconds, you're not giving him enough time to let some of these routes develop. When you have guys like Amari Cooper who can literally, you know, run circles around guys, given enough time, they're always going to come open. And even a, you know, so-so quarterback, you know, if you can't get pressure on him, he's going to look good. And this is one of the things that have been lacking from the Dallas Cowboys for quite a while, is having that pass rush. DeMarcus Lawrence, you know, he puts on pressures. He ends up getting great stops in the run. But we don't have that Von Miller, that Khalil Mack, that teams literally have to say, where is that guy? And what you heard last week going into that game was, we have to account for Micah Parsons. And having that, guys, is bigger than you'll ever imagine, because now you're getting guys thinking about one thing. And the problem in football is you cannot think, you must react. There's not enough time to think about what's going on. And this is the great thing about Micah Parsons. Now, one of the Eagle trolls out there, Philadelphia, shout out to you, Philadelphia, because he said that he heard secrets, the double secret plan is to run right at Micah Parsons because he's lightweight, which is true. He's only about 250, 255 pounds. He is light, but he is fast. And I'm going to tell you, speed kills. Now, I'm going to try and show you guys a couple of plays here. Whenever I show plays, it always seems like the NFL police and YouTube always get it. But I'm going to try and see if I can get just a little bit of this. And then I'm actually going to try something a little different here than I normally do to try and help you guys understand what it is. Because it's going into this game, our defensive line averages about 272 pounds. They're very, very light. The Eagles' offensive line averages about 320. So you look at that and say, there's about a 50-pound giveaway between the Eagles and the Cowboys. And the thing with that is you know, you think about that, where they can just bludgeon you to death. You know what I mean? You know, 50 pounds, you should be able to steamroll. But like I said, speed kills. Speed kills. Keep this in mind, because I was watching a few of the highlights of the pressures that Micah Parson got on. And literally what he did was he set up the offensive tackle. Because of his speed, because of his hand strength, and this is key, he knows how to use his body and his hands to create separation. And let's take a look here, and let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. Again, I don't want to put this too close and put it on the screen and things, you know, fully, because I know the NFL police will get me. But Micah Parsons, I know it's not easy to see. It's small and all that, but you can go back and watch the game film. Micah Parsons is standing up, much like DeMarcus Ware would stand up as an outside linebacker, okay? And what he's doing is he is going against the offensive tackle. The offensive tackle is on an island. And what Micah Parsons did on this 3rd and 11, I want you to watch and see if we can see it here. Let's push play. Watch him. He goes to the outside. He rushes to the outside of the offensive tackle, to the outside shoulder. The offensive tackle steps with him. Offensive tackle is a little bit slower than Micah Parsons. This is kind of like what I used to do in college myself. I was a nose tackle that was undersized, but I was very, very quick. I would do what they called a jab step and rip. And what that means is I'm lining up over the center. I would step to the left. The center would step to the left with me, of course, that foot going out to block that. And having enough speed, you create separation with that hand, and then you rip and come across his face. Usually the offensive lineman cannot recover quick enough if you're fast enough. And that's what Micah Parson does here. He goes to the outside. The offensive lineman steps with him. He takes his right hand, and his hands are strong, and literally pushes the tackle in that shoulder pad and goes right up underneath of it. And boom, pushes him and creates that separation. And now he's got a clear lane to get towards the quarterback. That is literally textbook. Now, the thing that's great about this and having the speed is you work things throughout the game. And let me see if I can show it to you in full speed here. Okay. Boom. He gets upfield, rocks him, goes inside, gets a lane to go. Now, they complete the first down, but that's okay. Because what he's doing is, now he's setting him up. Now watch here. Look at this. Gets up there. You see what I'm talking about? He's coming across the face right here and gets that arm. And literally, the tackle's hips are facing out this way. And it's only this part of his shoulder that he actually has to try and block Micah Parsons. He can't recover. His speed creates that separation. You can look at the knees, it look like they're knock-kneed there, and he's just kind of grabbing for air. This is incredible. This is insane. Because he's giving up 50 pounds and just literally leaves him flat-footed. Now, here we go again. Micah Parsons. Now, what this has done is he's literally set up the offensive tackle, because now the offensive tackle is worried about him cutting inside. So now he's kind of staying inside soft. And now he does a speed rush. Let's back it up here. Let's watch it again. Now he does a speed rush outside. You see what the tackle did now? He's like, I'm going to take away the inside lane for you. And that's cool. Micah says, I'm going to use my speed, and I'm just going to go right around you. Again, leaves him grasping for air. I just love this. And I don't think this is in this clip. But then, look at that. Just speeds right around him. There's another clip in there, or another play, where he just bull rushed him. Even though he's giving up 50 pounds, he keeps his body low enough that literally he is just rocking the offensive lineman and pushing him back. And once you get him rocked, then you use the strength of the hands and shed the block. And we're going to try and do one more thing here and see if I can actually demonstrate a little bit better for you guys. We are trying to use all of our different technologies and things here and show you some stuff. So let's see if this works. Okay. Now this mic, we actually have a wireless microphone here as I step over to the other set here. Bear with me, guys. We're going to be a little smoother than this in the future. Okay. All right. So what I'm talking about is this. For me, when I was a defensive lineman, 4-point stance, when I talk about doing a jab, step, and rip, you want to be low. And see, the key on this defense is using your hands. It's not about how much weight. It's really having the strength in your hands to be able to control the guy. For me, as a nose guard, we were taught never to swim, because if you swim, you're opening yourself up for that double team and you get blown out. But we were taught to use a rip technique, where it is you step, you get your body going here, the center comes over with you, and then you come back across. And your speed will enable you to get past them. And this is similar to what Micah Parsons is doing. Micah is lining up here. He's ready to go. He's going upfield. He's stepping with them right there, and because he is quick enough, he can take this hand and push that shoulder out of the way and have a clear lane. And once you start doing these things and you get beat, the offensive lineman is saying in his mind, I can't get beat outside. I can't beat inside, which is exactly what he did. I'm going to make sure I close down here so he can't get that easy lane. And again, Micah Parsons reads this, gets the hands on it, and just speed rushes up through there. But again, he also, even though he's giving up about 50 pounds, has the strength and the youth on his side where he can literally bull rush. And the key on this is, even though he's giving up 50 pounds, low man in football wins. It's literally low man wins. Because if you try and stop me and I'm right here, I have a low center of gravity. I can use my leg strength. If you can get under my pads and rock me up, now I'm like this. I don't have the strength and I can't move. And this, my friends, is stuff that you're seeing from Micah Parsons that literally is what you would actually expect to see from somebody who's actually been playing football for a long time. And I got to tell you, he has impressed me immensely. So, we, like I said, Philadelphia, the secret plan is to run the football right at Micah Parsons. You can try that, but I'm not sure that is where the Eagles are going to be able to live all day and be able to do that. But in passing situations, Micah Parsons, who you will move all over the place, there's no guarantee that he's going to play defensive end. He is that weapon that literally will be coming at you from all different directions. And I am, for once, happy that the Dallas Cowboys have actually taken care of the middle of the field, the defensive line, and are able to start putting pressure. When we get DeMarcus Lawrence back, when guys like Quinton Bohannon start to get themselves underneath of it, and for those that say, oh, Quinton Bohannon, he's a bust. He's a 6th-round draft pick. I want you to look at the evolution last year of Neville Gallimore. And Gallimore, of course, will be back. He's beginning to work his way off of injury reserve. He should be back early October. If you look at young defensive players, they don't usually come out of the box playing this well. Not as well as Micah Parsons. But they start to get it about mid-season and they start to peak and play better down the road. And if that natural curve is there with Micah Parsons, by the time we get to the middle of the season and late in the season, he should be an absolute beast. And if we have that natural curve with a Quinton Bohannon, who can play that nose, that'll be able to help clog up the middle. This defense, you're only scratching the surface of what it can be. This defense, especially when we start playing against teams that aren't Tampa Bay-like, teams that are not quite as good as those teams, the sky's the limit. This defense is far and away better than what we've had. I hope you guys have enjoyed me just trying to demonstrate some of the things that Micah Parsons is doing out there. He has literally already got a couple of weapons. That outside bull rush is amazing. Speed rush, excuse me. His bull rush of literally rocking the offensive tackle, and his jab step and coming across the body. 3 great moves that he can use to literally set up somebody after only having 1 game in the NFL as a defensive end. It's literally unheard of. And with that being said, I've got some more work I got to do, but you know how we roll. Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. And as always, I will see you guys a little later. I'll see you soon.